Hello, welcome back. I'm Lori Williams. I am an energy healer, a psychic medium, an animal communicator, and a spiritual teacher. And today I want to talk to you about how your path is no one else's business and how other people's path is none of your business. So essentially what I mean when I say path is the spiritual journey that we take from birth to death, meaning being in the physical, coming into the physical to leaving the physical and going back to the non-physical. So essentially before we come to this earthly plane, we come here because it's going to teach us the most vast lessons. Our soul learns the best through polarities. So it's like by living out karma. You're gonna if you're the person that does the thing, then you're gonna be the person that is the receiver of the thing too, right? And I like to use addiction as a very common theme. Um, if you are the person who was born into a family with at least one addict parent, then you go on to become the addict parent. That is you learning, your soul learning the lesson in its full form. Now, if you are the kind of person, or if you're the person that was born into an addict family, but you decide not to become an addict, typically people that choose not to be an addict have already been the addict. So that could have been from a past life where they were an addict and they've learned the lesson in entirety by being born into an addict family. Therefore, they don't need to repeat anything, that they didn't, they've learned everything in its entirety at that point. So they don't need to repeat it. So ultimately, when we come here to learn the lessons, we know what our lessons are. And when I say we, I mean our soul level. It's between our creator and our soul. It's decided what family we're going to be born into, so that includes your parents. Whether your parents are, they're absent parents, whether they're active parents, it your soul signs on for who your siblings are, what or if you have siblings at all, and all of that. Your family structure, your biological family structure, is based on who can teach you the most lessons. Again, who is going to be, that, and you may even have a soul contract between yourself and one of your parents or one of your siblings, for you to come into their life, for them to teach you something or for you to teach them something or both. So we choose all of that before, and that's all decided upon before we actually come into the earthly plane. So then who you're going to meet, when you're going to meet them, although that's already decided as well. Again, it's soul contracts, to help us, whether it's somebody that comes into your life for a short period of time to teach you something and then they leave, or someone who's going to be in your life, for the majority of your life. Either way, it's all decided on beforehand. The lessons that you're going to learn, the people that you're going to meet, what you're going to accomplish, what your mission here is on this earth, your soul already knows that. Your soul, your creator already know that. So what it comes down to is when other people are sitting in judgment of your path or saying you shouldn't be doing this or you shouldn't be doing that, they have no clue what it is that you should or shouldn't be doing, because they don't know what your path is. And it's not up to them to know what your path is. And even the most well-meaning people can say like, "Oh, you shouldn't do this because this and this is going to happen." But it needs to happen, because ultimately they can't play God in your life. They can't take that space of being that creator in your life that says that you shouldn't be doing this. Or even if they can see very clearly how it's going to work out for you, it's irrelevant. It's not their path. That's not the point of what they're here to do for you. So ultimately, you have to go through what it is you have to go through. You have to make your own decisions. Now, can you, ask for advice or ask for other people's input? 100%. But this video is more geared towards those people that find themselves as people pleasers, that are wanting to make sure that they don't disappoint other people. It's not a matter of disappointing or not disappointing other people, because when you're trying so hard to not disappoint people that you do everything that they want you to do, you're doing your own path a huge disservice. for those of you that, may be sitting in judgment of other people and the path that they're taking, you're doing your own path a huge disservice. Your focus should 100% be on your path. When I say that we all have something like a mission, we have a soul mission to do while we're like to accomplish while we're here, it's going to be something around being of service to humanity. We all have something that is going to be of service to humanity. It could be through teaching, it could be through mentorship, it could be through, and I mean, when I say it could be teaching, this could be teaching like some through something negative, because a lot of the times what we know, when we know what we don't want, we know what we do want. So just for an example, someone who may have been, taking people's lives, for an example, they're teaching very, very valuable lessons, about our culture. They're learning, probably most likely about mental health, about they're teaching us as a collective, as a humanity. They're teaching us that we might need, stricter penalties or whatever the case may be. They're teaching us something even in the wake of some really bad things happening. So it doesn't have to be all good things that teach you lessons. And in fact, typically we learn the greatest lessons through the not so good things, because they stick with us. It's like they imprint on us a lot better. If you stop and think about like all the happy times you've ever had in your life, I bet you they're a lot more limited than the bad times that you can remember. And that's why, it's because it's literally imprinted on who you are. The bad times and the good times are, but it's the bad times kind of pack a little bit more of a punch than the good times do. So all of that being said, what it comes down to is that your path is up to you, is between you and your creator. Your path is not up to for anyone else to decide. It is not up for you to try to fit into someone else's ideal of who you should be or what you should be doing. And on the flip side of that, other people's path, it's not up for you to criticize. It's not up for you to debate. It's not up for you to tell them how they should live. The best thing to do, if you find that you're sitting in judgment of other people, the best thing to do would be to look at yourself and find out why you feel that the way they're living their life is a problem for you, because that's a huge growth opportunity for you. And the way we work is anything outside of us that we have a problem with, 9 times out of 10 is because there's something going on inside of us that we're disconnected from as well. That's a whole nother video though. So that is it for today. I'll see you back here next time. Until then, take care. Bye for now.